What's up, guys? All right, it is November 1st. Today is a big game, must-win game in my book for the Seahawks versus the Cowboys today. But first, I hope you guys had a good Halloween yesterday. It was a very wet and windy one up here in the Pacific Northwest, but the kids had a good time. I actually had to miss most of the trick-or-treating because I was attending my cousin's wedding reception yesterday, but did get to do a little early celebration Friday night. Got to bust out a brand new costume, which I won't tell you what it is yet because it's going to make some surprise appearances, hopefully, on arrivals coming up. But it was a good time, so I hope you guys all enjoyed, had a safe Halloween as well. So, Big D, Dallas game. Yeah, it's must win because having already lost 4 games, our margin of, down the line is very small. So we've got to get this one, especially against a reeling Dallas team that's lost 4 games in a row without Romo. We got to take advantage of it when we can. So quick shout out to the 12s that are down there in Dallas attending the game. There's a ton. I've seen people sending their pictures. It looks like we're going to be well represented in Dallas. But I wanted to say a quick shout out to Christian Hill, Bob Fettig, Christy Harrington, Justin Smith, and Justin Dotterall, my nephew. I know there are a lot more of you down there, but just want to do a quick shout out, make some noise, disrupt those Cowboys, all right? Quick injury update of some significance. We're relatively healthy except for Russell Okung, our left tackle, who is questionable. That's concerning because he will be going up against Greg Hardy, the controversial Greg Hardy, who's been quite the media story this week based on his off-season domestic issues, and then the latest thing with him blown up on the sideline with his own teammates. Been a lot of hubbub about that in the media. But bottom line is the guy can pass rush. So if Russell can't play, if Okung can't play, we're going to have to watch, keep an eye on that matchup. Who will be there? Bailey would probably take his place. And he's got Russell's blind side. So hopefully Russell will be very alert on that and get out of trouble, since we already have enough trouble with protecting Russell as it is. So that's going to be something to watch. And I heard that all week Dez Bryant has been questionable, and it sounds like they have activated him for this game. So Dez Bryant will be in the game. It'll be interesting to see how Seattle plays that, if they're going to put Sherman on him, kind of like they did last week in the 49ers against, forgot his name, former Raven. Just basically shut him down, which they don't normally do. But, if that's what it takes to shut their number 1 receiver down, I think they should do it. So we'll have to see how that matchup goes and how they play that defensively. Otherwise, we're in pretty good shape. Some guys, a little banged up, but everybody else I think is probable. So including Rawls, has been dealing with a calf injury, I believe, and everybody else is pretty much good to go. So I think the positive about looking into this game, Seattle had a big win against the 49ers a week ago, and they showed some good signs that things are turning around, especially on the offensive side. We ran the ball very well, had some, nice long sustained drives, especially their opening drive, which we have not done in a long time. So it's good to see that, see Lynch get over 100 yards. And so we need to keep that going, keep that running game moving. And the passing was very efficient as well. I thought the line played well, both not just running blocking, but also pass protection. He still took some sacks, but some of them were the kind where Russell bailed, ran, and got tackled before he got to the line of scrimmage. So not the bad kind of sacks, where he gets creamed. I think he had a couple of those anyway, but so it wasn't as bad as it sounds like on paper. But the good thing was he did have time to throw and had that beautiful rainbow pass to Tyler Lockett for his first receiving touchdown of the year. And so that was exciting to see, and exciting to see that as a potential, that you give Russell just a couple of extra seconds, what he can do, because his pass efficiency has been really good, close to 70%, I believe. So we just got to give him more time, and I think we open up that deep ball. That's just going to make everything else run game, the short passing game, everything else work to our favor as well. So hopefully we can do that. And the only negatives, we did have besides the sacks, we also had a couple of interceptions, but I didn't mind those because those were deep balls that when you look at it, if you're going to have an interception, you might as well have a deep throw that takes, puts the field position deep in your opponent's end zone, near their end zone. And that's kind of what they were. And so they're almost like, long punts, but, one of them was on Russell. He waited too long to throw a ball in the end zone. The second one, I actually put some of the blame on Kurtz because it looked like he quit on the route or didn't think Russell was still going to go to him. So he threw into double coverage, but Kurtz kind of slowed down the route and really had no chance at it after that. So I don't mind those. I don't mind those attempts because, one, it means we have time to throw the ball that deep, and two, it makes the secondary have to respect the deep threat, and that opens up shorter passing games, those hooks and curls, because they can't just sort of assume they're not going to go deep anymore. So I looked at those as positives of the negatives. You know what I mean? The only other negative there that didn't really hurt us because we were so dominant on defense in that game was that we only scored a field goal. Was it a field goal? Yeah, I think. Anyway, in the second half, we didn't do much on offense, so it was kind of that second half slowdown rearing its ugly head again. But we didn't really need to because San Francisco couldn't do anything. So, you kind of play the game the way you need to. No reason to take any chances when you're in control. So, so if Seattle plays the way they've been playing, and if their defense, we were lights out in that game. Lots of sacks, 6 sacks, I believe. Really held San Francisco to just $140 something in yardage, which is pretty amazing to do to any team. So if we can get anything close to that, that would be great. So ironically, again, it was another game where we won the turnover or lost the turnover battle, but won the game. I think it's been that way all season, the inverse of what normally happens. So Dallas, when they played the Giants last time, Matt Castle threw 3 interceptions, 1 pick 6, and I think there's a good opportunity here for the defense to get some turnovers as well with Matt Castle back there. I think we have to worry about on defense is Dallas has a good offensive line and they can run block. They did that to us last year, but I think we are showing signs that we're getting that under control. Tackling better. Seems like people are just playing their proper alignments and more disciplined. So I think we play Seahawk football like we were used to seeing. I think we should be able to limit the run game damage by McFadden, who will mostly get the bulk of the carries like he did last week. And I think that's going to be, we control that, keep the run game to a minimum, then the picks opportunities will come. So I believe that's the formula. So originally I predicted at the beginning of the season a 37-31 win by Seattle. I still think we'll win by a touchdown, but I don't think it'll be quite as high scoring as I once thought before, when it was going to be the, Romo in as quarterback and us having a little bit more explosive offense than I thought at the beginning of the year. It's not quite there yet, but we're improving. So I think my scale is going to be lowered. Instead of 37-31, it might be more like 27-21. But I still think we win, maybe more like 28-21, just to call it an even touchdown win. But we win this game, and unlike the rest of them, we actually win it in the fourth quarter. So it'll be close, and we pull away in the fourth quarter. So that's my hope. All right. That's it. Let's get this win today and go into the bye week with good momentum and a chance to heal everybody up, and then hit the second half of the season, kick some butt like we did last year. All right. Go Hawks.